One fingering that I would like to suggest that I didn't actually mark in your part, so I apologize for that, but I think it might be a little bit more comfortable for some of you. 4 lines down, and it's whenever you have the melody with the, I think with the violins on the... So you might have noticed that I did going from 2 to 2 there, instead of the 3 that was actually in the original part, and I didn't bother to change it because it seemed to make sense for what comes after. But just the shift itself, going from 2 to 2 as opposed to 2 to 3, is a little bit easier to miss, as I just did. So, because you can't really hear where you're going as well, and by the time you do hear where you're going, you hear you've gone too high because of the exchange of going from a lower finger to a higher finger. Okay, so I think it's a little bit more reliable to go directly to second finger there, and then as a consequence, if you want to, you can play B flat with 3, which is still part of the position, or you could just shift up to second finger on B flat. Okay, then here it is again. It comes up again right on. So, same exact thing. The last thing about that, is that right on that part that I just stopped on the... So I had that marked as replacing D second finger with fourth finger. The other alternative to that is just stay there and go directly from 2 on D to 2 on C. Some of you might find later on that when you switch over to the G string, as I've recommended, so just kind of continuing from where we stopped. Right in this range, 4th position, 3rd finger, 4th finger, sometimes 2nd finger. Some of you might have a wolf on your cello, a wolf tone, that is, and then others, it just might be difficult for a variety of reasons just to get a clear tone there and a nice soft tone. So in which case, then I would just simply recommend that we as long as this shift back on the D string is not too obvious like that, but instead, right, just a little bit quicker and a little bit lighter, and then it hopefully won't stick out in this section. And above all things, make sure that you're still doing the diminuendo that's marked there, and not getting louder during the shift. The last thing is just these eighth notes at the very, very end on the very last line on the... So that's hopefully clear that it was a suggestion to go up the D string for... And then some of you might be wondering why first finger on the F, mainly so that we don't make the shift on the very last note, which is supposed to also be the softest note, right? So we don't go... And it's hard to be really, truly graceful about that as compared to going into it. So now you already have the control over the dynamic for the last note if you're already in position. But if you try to shift to it, then, you know, things can sort of stick out, and it's just not always the best plan. So that's why that suggestion is there. And again, first finger should be nice and curved. feel like you're a little bit more on the inside of the string. And again, so then whenever you can make the stretch to third finger from there, then you're more, again, on top of the string, on top of the fingerboard, and not, you know, flat fingered and then having to really struggle to reach it.